Well, the United States Congress gets back to work this week in Washington, where Republicans will enjoy what's commonly known as a governing trifecta. That is, control over the executive branch via the president, combined with majorities for their party in both the House and the Senate.
Presidents with trifectas have an easier time passing partisan legislation with bigger majorities, but with Donald Trump's MAGA agenda, some Republicans are uneasy about supporting all his policies. Joining us now from Washington is Kadia Gober, political reporter at Semafor. Kadia, hi there. Let's start with what's happened in the last hour or so. Republican Mike Johnson re-elected as the US House Speaker. Not easy, though. What does it say about what are things to come?
Thank you for having me. Well, I'll add that this is probably going to be Speaker Johnson's easiest fight to come in the next 2 years. And as you mentioned, while Republicans have a trifecta, owning both or leading both the House and the Senate and the presidency, there are still some outliers who just do not disagree or have objection to some of the policies that the majority want to push forward with. So it's going to be a trying time for Speaker Johnson, but I'm sure he's up for the task because he's well aware of what the job entails.
Yeah, he certainly is. So it's back to work for Congress. What is the procedure, Kadia, over the next few days, weeks? Presumably they first have to certify the election results.
Well, sure. First, they have to settle on a rules package, which will be another fight in Congress. And then, as you mentioned, they are going to, certify the election on January 6th. I think a lot of that had to do with how much he or how quickly he won the speakership has a lot to do with the impending confirming the election. As you know, Donald Trump won the election, and he did get on the phone with some of the holdouts, obviously pushing them on the importance of certifying the election within a few days. That should go over smoothly, but to be clear, had they not elected a speaker, they would not have been able to certify the election. So you can see how that played a large part in Speaker Johnson becoming speaker on the first round. I'll add that they'll immediately start talking about immigration policy, or more likely border policy. Republicans have a very big mandate to control the border, and they want to do that within the first few days, or at least the first 100 days of President Trump's election.
And we've heard all the talk about who President-elect Trump wants to nominate for his top jobs. When might we get those confirmation hearings?
Yeah, so we reported that's going to start immediately. It's Friday, but as of Monday, senators were sworn in today on January 3rd. They'll have a little weekend break, but the new majority leader, Senator Thune, said he would get to work immediately in confirming some of those cabinet picks. They're looking at, obviously, because of what happened in Louisiana, the terrorist attack out there, they're looking at national security people first to be confirmed, so they can, so the presidency, there's no essential gap between the time Joe Biden leaves on the 20th and President Trump takes office.
Kadia, I just want a final thought about the makeup of Congress this time round. Is it very different in terms of gender, ethnicity?
That's a great question. I will say that it's pretty standard. I don't think Republicans elected. That's a really great question. What I can say about that is one pointing or pressing point that many Republicans made is there are no women in leadership. And that was kind of a disheartening fact for many people. As you know, at the top of the ticket, there will not be a woman vice president. But I would say, it's pretty much status quo from the last Congress carried over. But again, that disheartening fact about no women in committee leadership has been a pressing point for Republicans.